Welcome, dear viewers, to a tale as old as time, a story of love, power, and betrayal. Today, we will dive into the romance of Cleopatra, the enchanting queen of Egypt, and Mark Antony, the brave Roman general. Their story has been told for centuries, but today, we bring it to you in a way that's easy to understand and just as captivating as the first time it was told. So, sit back, relax, and let us take you on a journey back to ancient times. In the grand city of Alexandria, with its majestic palaces and bustling markets, ruled Cleopatra, a queen known not only for her beauty but also for her intelligence and charm. Cleopatra was the last pharaoh of Egypt, a land rich in history, civilization, and culture. On the other side of the Mediterranean Sea, in Rome, lived Mark Antony, a powerful and respected general. Antony was one of the rulers of Rome, sharing power with two other men, Octavian and Lepidus, after the death of Julius Caesar. One day, the fate of these two powerful individuals would collide in a way that would change history forever. It all began when Mark Antony needed Cleopatra's help. He wanted to secure his position in Rome and needed Egypt's support. So, he summoned Cleopatra to meet him in the city of Tarsus. Cleopatra, being the wise and strategic queen that she was, saw an opportunity. She decided to make a grand entrance to impress Antony. Cleopatra sailed to Tarsus on a magnificent ship, decorated with purple sails and golden oars. She herself was dressed as the goddess Aphrodite, with servants dressed as cupids attending to her. The sight was so breathtaking that it left Antony and the people of Tarsus in awe. When Cleopatra and Antony finally met, it was as if the gods themselves had orchestrated their encounter. Antony was captivated by Cleopatra's beauty and wit, and Cleopatra saw in Antony a man of great power and ambition. They were drawn to each other, not just by physical attraction, but by a shared desire for power and greatness. Cleopatra and Antony spent many days and nights together, discussing politics, philosophy, and their dreams for the future. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Antony, who was known for his bravery on the battlefield, found a different kind of challenge in Cleopatra, one that intrigued and excited him. Cleopatra, on the other hand, saw in Antony a partner who could help her secure Egypt's future and her own place in history. Their love was not just a romantic one, but also a strategic alliance. Soon, Antony and Cleopatra became inseparable. Antony spent more and more time in Alexandria, leaving his duties in Rome behind. The people of Alexandria welcomed him, and the city buzzed with life and celebration. However, back in Rome, things were not so rosy. Octavian, Antony's co-ruler, was growing increasingly suspicious and jealous of Antony's relationship with Cleopatra. He feared that Antony was becoming too powerful and that Cleopatra was influencing him too much. Octavian began to spread rumors about Antony, accusing him of abandoning Rome and living a life of luxury in Egypt. These rumors soon turned the Roman people against Antony. They began to see him as a traitor who had been bewitched by a foreign queen. Despite the growing tension in Rome, Antony and Cleopatra continued to enjoy their life together in Alexandria. They had 3 children and dreamed of a future where their kingdoms would rule the world together. But dreams don't always come true. The conflict between Antony and Octavian reached its peak, leading to a great naval battle, the Battle of Actium. Antony and Cleopatra joined forces, their ships ready to face Octavian's fleet. The battle was fierce and lasted for hours. At first, it seemed like Antony and Cleopatra might win, but fate had other plans. Cleopatra's ship was forced to retreat, and Antony, seeing his beloved queen in danger, followed her. This decision turned the tide of the battle in Octavian's favor. Defeated and with nowhere to go, Antony and Cleopatra fled back to Alexandria, hoping to find a way to rebuild their forces. But it was too late. Octavian's army followed them, and soon Alexandria was under siege. As Octavian's forces closed in, Antony and Cleopatra faced a heartbreaking reality. They knew that their defeat was inevitable and that they would be captured. Rather than live a life of humiliation and imprisonment, they chose to end their lives on their own terms. Antony, believing that Cleopatra had already taken her own life, fell on his sword. When Cleopatra found him dying, she was heartbroken. She tried to revive him, but it was too late. Antony died in her arms, whispering his love for her. Determined not to be paraded as a trophy in Octavian's victory march, Cleopatra made her final, dramatic choice. She arranged to be bitten by a venomous snake, an asp, which she had hidden in a basket of figs. The poison worked quickly, and Cleopatra joined Antony in death. The love story of Cleopatra and Mark Antony has been told and retold through the ages, not just because of their tragic end, but because of the powerful bond they shared. They were two of the most influential people of their time, brought together by fate and united by a love that defied the odds. Their story reminds us that love can be both beautiful and tragic, and that the choices we make can change the course of history. Cleopatra and Antony's romance may have ended in tragedy, but their legacy lives on, inspiring countless stories, plays, and movies. And so, dear viewers, we come to the end of our tale. The romance of Cleopatra and Mark Antony is a story of passion, power, and the price of love. It shows us that even the greatest of us are not immune to the forces of fate and the consequences of our choices. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more captivating stories from the past. Until next time, remember to keep the spirit of adventure alive in your hearts.